Now, I want you to imagine your energy field. So, what your energy field looks like. Have you ever seen a picture of an aura before? It's this like light that shoots out of you. And for empaths, we are constantly throwing ours like far at people, at objects, because we're curious. All right. It's like having an extra sense. So, for me to say, like, oh, close off your energy field and don't use your empathy, it would be like saying, hey, why don't you walk around with your eyes closed all day? Why don't you try that? See how that goes. It's not going to work. You can't turn it off. You don't want to turn it off. You need it, okay? But you need to learn how to protect yourself with it. So the first thing you got to do is you got to consciously pull it in, all right? Anytime you notice a person, you throw your energy field at them to sense what's coming out of them. You do that to protect yourself, okay? Not everyone does that. Only empaths do that. And empath healers do something even more interesting. They throw their energy field at something or someone, and then they send positive energy too. So there's a lot of times when, especially in person, somebody will come in, a new client, and a lot of you have done this to me, and I love it. And they'll sit across from me and they'll feel nervous, and I'll feel all of that stuff, and I'll begin to really tap into their energy field when I start to talk to them. And I feel them feeling nervous, but I also at the same time feel them throw their energy field at me to see, let's see what this chick's like. And then right after, it's like, well, let's send her a lot of positive energy, even though we haven't decided yet. That's what healers do. All right. So you can sense that in people. You can feel someone do that to you if you're tuned in to like throw their energy field at you. Some people think like, ooh, when they feel that. I'm just kind of like, ooh, come on, check it out. So that's what happens. Mary says, oh, empathy healers, do they do that automatically? Yes, it's not conscious. So whether you're just an empath or that got the empath healer thing going on, you throw that without thinking. That just happens. So if you're not consciously pulling that in every once in a while, your energy field is like the size of the whole town. It's huge. All right. So you want to consciously keep pulling your energy field back into your body. So if you extend your arms out to the side and go all around your body, that should be about the size of your energy field. And if you notice yourself shooting it out, you gotta pull it back in afterwards. All right. You don't need to keep it out there. All right. The next thing, step 2, is that you have to imagine that there is some kind of something on the outside of your energy field. Now, what there is a kind of energy. It's like a protective energy. It's like it reflects exactly to your own inner power. All right. But without going into a huge amount of details about that, what you want to do with that outside part of your energy field is imagine that it's got some kind of a substance to it. Now, I like to imagine that there's a mist on the outside. Excuse me. I like to imagine that I can like see this mist. And some people will do like a bubble or glass or something like that. All of that's fine. That makes me feel claustrophobic. I'm very literal and very visual, so that's a little too much for me. And I like that the mist has the ability to control it, so I can dial it up to a downpour. I can have it on a light mist, and I can have it barely coming down at all. So I like that control piece to that. So you have the mist on the outside of your energy field. The next thing that you want to do is you want to say out loud to your angels, to yourself, and to the universe that nothing can cross that mist without your permission. All right. This is beyond important. It is incredibly important. This should be taught to like babies, right? Like I wish I could go around and be like, an empath child, quick, let me tell you this, but I'd probably be arrested or something. But everyone needs to learn this, and we're not really taught it. Okay. So I'm teaching you, go tell everybody. So you got the mist going and you make the statement, nothing can cross that mist without my permission. Did you ever watch the show Buffy the Vampire Slayer before? There's this thing in there where like the vampires aren't allowed to come in the door unless you invite them in. It's kind of the same thing. Nothing can come in unless you've given it permission. But the other thing is if you haven't stated whether or not it has permission and you're curious, like empaths are all the time, you're inviting it in. All right. So here's the thing. It doesn't mean that you're not going to experience the energy coming up to your mist. You are, all right? It's going to be like it's knocking, all right? This is what it feels like for me all day. hello, can I come in? Hello, we'd like to come in. I have this energy. There's a spirit here. There's an angel here. That person over there's energy wants to tell you something. Hello. It's like that all day, all right? It's constantly coming up here. I can sense that. I can feel all of those things coming up, all of it. But I don't take it into my body. I don't absorb it. I observe it. Write that down and highlight it, and then write it 20 more times and highlight it. I don't absorb the energy. I observe the energy. One more time. I don't absorb the energy. I observe the energy. Okay? So I've got that going on. I feel it coming up. Now, some of that energy, I give permission to come in a little closer. So if I'm doing a session with someone, if I'm, talking to one of my kids, if I'm talking to my husband, if I'm talking to a friend, and I want my angels to give me a little more information, I need to sense a little bit more, I will bring that in. I don't ever absorb it. I just observe it, but I keep it in a little bit closer, okay? And then when I'm done, when I've got what I needed, I kick it out. Be gone, okay? So let's say there's a spirit that comes up to him and says, hi, can I come in and talk to you? And I might say, okay, sure, come on in, all right? And the spirit gives me a message. I don't let it hang out in here. I say, okay, on with it, bye-bye. Shoo, okay? I don't need, all of your grandparents hanging out with me every night after a video. No, thank you. No offense to them. I'm sure they're lovely spirits. No, okay? That goes away. Goodbye. And because I can do that, I can see lots of clients and I can talk to lots of people because I let it in and then I let it out. And I don't get clouded and I don't get drained and I don't get pulled down as much. Make sense? Okay. So the mist, you decide what has permission to come in, to come out, and anything you've given permission to, you dismiss when you're done with it. At the end of the day, every day, you dismiss the energy you don't like. Okay? Even if you think you already dismissed it, you just say, anything that's not serving me, bye-bye. You should say that a bunch of times a day, but if you do it once at the end of the day, awesome. Anytime I take a shower, which depending on what's going on in the world, I've taken 2 today. Every time I take a shower, I do that. I'm like, get it gone, get it gone, get it gone. All right. So this is so important. So negative energy is coming up. So maybe there's all this hate right now out in the world, like there is right now, and I can feel all that energy. I'm an empath, right? Just like you guys. It's all coming up to the outside of my energy field. And this is what I'm saying to it. This is what I'm saying. I'm saying, I feel you. I understand you. I'm observing you. And I will take this and I will do something with it. And then I say to my angels, I'm feeling a lot of this. How can I help? How can I serve? That's my sentence, right? I don't need to suck it all into here. I don't need it to come inside my body. I say, how can I serve? And when you do that, what happens is what you're left with is your own emotions. Empaths don't know sometimes. You ever get to the end of the day and you're like, wait, do I feel this way because it was my feeling? Or do I feel this way because it was that other person I was talking to's feeling? Or because I just read 10 posts on Facebook that were like bashing other people? Who knows? If you're not protecting, if you're absorbing and not observing, it's probably a mix of like you and 500 other people's energy. You can't understand how you feel. You don't know what you need. You don't know how to serve. You don't have that great connection with your angels and the universe and spirits that you want to have. Your intuition gets cloudy because it's not just your energy in there. It's the energy of every single human being you've come in contact with. And if you don't think energy travels through social media, you're wrong. It travels at lightning speed. It travels through cell phones. It travels through videos. It travels through everything. It's much stronger than anything like that, for sure. So you have to be protecting yourself. If you can't jump in the shower, if you're feeling like, whoo, you have to just imagine it. I call it a psychic shower, right? I imagine I close my eyes and I pull a chain and whoo, I just imagine all that energy going away and I go, get rid of what's not serving me. I say that a lot, all the time. All right. That's what you need to do. You need to start protecting yourself. People say to me, well, I keep forgetting to do it. Really? Do you forget to drink water? Do you forget to eat food? You're an empath. You need to do this. If you don't want to walk around like this all the time, like an anxious, crazy, exhausted, shaky mess, then you got to start doing this. No excuses. You have to do it. If you want to take the frustration that's in the world now and the disconnection that's in the world now, and you want to do something good with it, you got to take control of your own energy field. You got to become empowered there.